Hey folks, Darren here. I thought I'd jump on and show you some of my Halloween DVD and Blu-rays. A couple of people have asked me about this, saying, are they any different in the UK? Do you get different extras on there and things like that? Sometimes there are little differences, but I think on the whole, I think I've always tried to chase the US versions since I've been kind of collecting the DVDs. Not really collecting. I actually never classed myself as a collector. It's not until the other day when I sort of looked at how many Halloween DVDs I have, and Blu-rays and 4Ks and all the rest of it. And it was quite a lot. And there are a few that I've actually got rid of over the years, stupidly. Like I did have at one stage the Media VHS release, one of those original ones that I picked up at a car boot sale years and years ago. I had all the VHS releases in the UK, the Channel 5, Forefront, all that kind of stuff. The widescreen editions that they brought out. Eventually, as I kind of fell out of love with VHS, I just got rid of them, stupidly. I wish I'd have kept them, but I didn't. And I started a DVD collection. And the first Halloween DVD that I actually picked up was, I think in 1999, looking at this, is this one here with the lenticular front, THX mastered version of it. It's number 5,432. I'm not quite sure how many of these they did. Maybe it says on the back. I'm not sure. But yeah, extras like Halloween Unmasked, and the TV version of the movie was also on this as well. So I've had this now 25 years. So it's held up well. It's not too bad, actually. It looks pretty good. And I love the cover of it. Great little cover there. So that was the first one that I bought. And then I think in 2003 I bought this one, the 25th anniversary DivMax, is it called? Or Divimax, which had this documentary, A Cut Above the Rest. There's like an 87-minute Halloween documentary on there, which... I'm not sure has appeared on any other discs since, so it's kind of a nice thing to have. Just having a look inside, see if there's anything. There's some sort of book inside, if I can get that out. Again, it's all kind of held up really well over the years. Let me see if I can just get you to... Okay, some nice little pictures in there, and a little essay. 2 discs in this one. 1 disc with the feature and 1 disc with bonus materials. So, yeah, that was 2003. I think we then move on to, if I can see what this one is, this would be around about... This is 2013, actually, this one. This was the 35th anniversary edition that I got. I love the cover of this, although it's not very kind of robust. It's almost like a book inside. The DVDs kind of slot inside there, and there's a lot of pages. Again, the usual kind of guff, just kind of written and kind of laid out differently to what it is in previous ones. A nice little picture there of, I think it's Deborah Hill going for John Carpenter. Am I right? Yeah, looks like her. Yeah, some nice little pictures in here. A nice little picture of John Michael Graham and PJ Soles. Actually, it's probably Nick Castle under that. So that was the 35th anniversary one. It's a transfer that was supervised and approved by Dean Cundy. And I think, if I remember right, around the time that this came out, it was either this version or it was... this version. I'm not sure. I seem to think it was this one. There was an issue with the color timing, and I seem to recall there being some discs that were recalled. If any of you remember that, and it's a good 12 years or so ago now, but if any of you remember that, let me know. Pop it in the comments down below, because I seem to think that there was some, not controversy, but there was a bit of a stink online about the quality of the color timing on it. It was maybe a bit sort of not as saturated as what we would have expected, and it was almost a bit sepia looking, I think. But let me know if anybody remembers that. Other extras on here are the Night She Came Home featurette, an On Location 25 Years Later featurette, which is probably taken from this. TV version footage, so I don't think you get the TV version on here, but you do get the TV footage, which, you know, let's face it, we've all seen. But yeah, a nice thing to have, and unfortunately it's kind of, I think a lot of people remove these, but I've kept it on, and it's sort of got a bit creased over the years. I've moved house a few times since I've owned this, so it's kind of gotten a little bit battered, a little bit more than what I would have liked. Then moving on to Halloween 40, I got the US Blu-ray, it's 4K, sorry, the US 4K, and I also picked up the UK one as well, because you get 5 art cards in this one, which I don't think that you get in the American one. Let me see if I can. Has it been opened? Yes, it's been opened. I'll show you the art cards for those that are interested. Here we are. One of Loomis, one of Michael there. It's very difficult to do this when everything's in reverse on my screen. One of Annie. And that one there. There's Shape and Laurie. And one more. I think there's one more here. And one of Laurie in the closet. So yeah, so that's the only reason I bought that UK one. Actually, I think I acquired it from a contact at Lionsgate. But yeah, it's nice to have, because there are some differences compared to the US version. And the US version, funnily enough, is Dolby Vision. And the UK version isn't. So that's another reason why it's been beneficial for me to get the US version. This version here, the US version, is Dolby Vision. The UK version, for whatever reason, isn't. It's just 4K Ultra HD. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's insane, because surely it's the same company. I'm pretty sure it's the same company. Yeah, it's Lionsgate. So why they wouldn't have used the same masters, I've no idea. Or paid for it to be done in Dolby Vision. I've no idea, but there you are. Next, I've got this Halloween 25 Years of Terror 2-disc set, which has got like 4 hours worth of features. I think the disc 1 is it's got Horrors Hallowed Grounds on there with Sean Clark, Halloween 2 and 3 extended interviews, extended celebrity interviews. This is a documentary that came out in, what year would this have been? 2006. Anchor Bay released this. It's really cool. It's really cool, and I think that disc 2 is a lot of footage from one of the conventions. I think probably the 25th convention. But yeah, a nice little package. I must admit, I haven't looked at this for a long time. Let me open it up and see if there's anything inside that's worth... okay. I'd forgotten about this. It's so long since I've opened it, but there's actually a comic inside. Halloween Autopsis. Autopsis? Okay, fair enough. Let's see if I can just show you a few of the pages of it. Yeah. It's kind of nice to have as well. It's funny how I forget that, some of the little kind of extras that you get with these discs, I totally forget about. It's nice to kind of look back at these things. Now this, I never knew came out. I remember seeing the documentary on TV, but I didn't know they'd done a DVD of it until a good friend of mine, Paul Rose, Paul, shout out to you if you're watching, bought me it for Christmas, and I was over the moon. And that's Halloween, The Inside Story, the Biography Channel documentary, which is about 90 minutes long. I don't think there's many of these about. I may be wrong, but it certainly wasn't for sale in the UK. So yeah, another nice little extra to have there. Halloween 2, I have the 30th anniversary edition there. Not really keen on that cover. There's Mrs. Elrod in the bottom corner there. Cover's not very exciting at all. Perfect picture and purest digital sound available. Well, maybe it was back in... I can't even see when this was released. 30th anniversary, that's got to be what, 2011? Yeah, so this is about 13 years old now. And extras on there. This is a good one to have, because the bonus feature on this is the entire movie of Terror in the Aisles. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen Terror in the Aisles. It's since been released as I think it was Scream Factory. Yeah, Scream Factory Blu-ray on its own. It came out in the early to mid 80s, and is a 90-minute documentary on horror films. And it is terrific. It's kind of edited together like one massive 90-minute trailer. And there's everything on it, that was big at the time. Halloween, Jaws, The Exorcist. Get him! The Omen. Every single horror film you could think of is pretty much on this here. And it's presented by Donald Pleasence and Nancy Allen. Really, really cool documentary. I remember seeing it as a kid. I always remember this this cover here. Now, if I zoom in closer, you can probably see that on the skull there, it lists all the films that are in it. If you can see that. I know our moderator, Brandy, has this poster. It's a very cool poster. You can see, look, Marathon Man, Frankenstein, Halloween 2, Texas Chainsaw, Jaws, Poltergeist, Alien, The Omen, Shining, Carrie, American Werewolf. They're all on there. And it's really nicely cut together, is this film. It's got a great score as well, which is kind of a take on all those horror scores. They didn't use the original scores in this film. They redid them. They redid them to really cool effect. And yeah, for some reason, that movie is an extra on this Halloween 2 disc. And if you've got this and you haven't watched that extra, honestly, folks, it's well worth a watch. If you're a big horror fan, it's well worth a watch.
Perhaps we invent artificial horrors to help us cope with the real ones.
So that's Halloween, the first Halloween 2 Blu-ray that I ever purchased. I don't know, I must have purchased Halloween 2 DVD. In fact, I did. I remember having, I don't know what I did with it. It's certainly not around here. But yeah, I did have another Halloween 2 DVD. It would, yeah, the one that said The Nightmare Isn't Over on it, and it had a picture of Loomis holding a gun on the front, I'm pretty sure. Next is that one, which is the Scream Factory version, which is, I was a huge fan of this when it came out. Even more of The Night He Came Home. 2 discs loaded with Scream Factory extras, rare TV cut of the film with alternate footage, making of documentaries, 2 commentaries, and much, much more. Yeah, this is a really nice package. Oh, and the slipcover, when you take it off, has the original artwork on there, which is cool. I really like that. Great image. Yeah, 2 discs, includes theatrical version and the television cut with added footage not seen in the theatrical release. I'm going to do a video on the TV version of the film pretty soon, because there are a lot of differences in there, a lot of different shots, and in some scenes it's kind of edited differently as well. Johnny and Steph, who are big supporters of the channel, have asked us to do something on the TV version, so I'll chat to Frank about that and see if we can get that going. Maybe a watch along, or Frank and I might watch it, record it separately, and just kind of show you what the differences are. Audio commentary with Dick Warlock, the great Dick Warlock. Watch the Dick Warlock interview that I did somewhere up there. It's up in that corner, the link. But he was an absolute gentleman of a guy, and I loved talking to him. Absolutely adored talking to him. He's very old now, but still very sharp. And tough as old boots. Absolutely tough as old boots.
We're right the line where the zipper went up, it just got real hot. Yeah. And if you watch the burn closely, I came and I went, and I did a jerk, and then I jerked again. And that was because it was getting hot and it was starting to burn me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. I got a picture. I was going to get these pictures up, but I forgot.
Oh, that's okay.
Of me sitting in a chair with the doc putting the grease on my arm, and a couple of the stunt guys were hanging around watching.
What else have we got on here? The Nightmare Isn't Over, the making of Halloween 2, featuring interviews with director Rick Rosenthal, Dick Warlock, Lance Guest, Leo Rossi, Nancy Stevens. I watched this documentary recently, actually, and it's actually really good. It's on YouTube at the moment if you don't have this version, but about 45 minutes. And then Sean Clark's on here as well with his Horrors Hallowed Grounds. It's a mouthful, that, isn't it? Revisiting the original shooting locations of the film. So yeah, some good stuff. Some deleted scenes with audio commentary, alternate ending. That's the Jimmy sitting up in the van, I think. Yeah, lots of cool stuff on there. Recently, there was an Australian version of Halloween 2 that came out, a Blu-ray, which I purchased. And it's pretty cool. It's got a lenticular cover on it with the pumpkin. That's the back. They couldn't stop him. Now he's back. It has a upscaled 1080p version of the television cut, which I haven't got. So it's good to have that. And that's probably what I'll watch when we do the episode on it. And also you get these, I think there's some like lobby cards with it as well. I did a video on this before. They're not particularly well produced. They're just like screen grabs almost. But again, I guess nice to have. That's quite a cool picture of Loomis there. Which one? That one there. Some of the nurses and one of Leo Rossi and Pamela Susan Shoop. Yeah, these box sets were a limited edition. I think they may have a poster with them as well. I'm not sure. Let me just double check. No. Oh no, what it is the insert, the inlay card or whatever you call it, the sleeve has a terrible picture on the inside, and it has a terrible cover for this as well. That's just dreadful. So pretty cool to have, even though some of it isn't very highly produced. And at the same time as well, they did the Halloween 3 version of this with the lenticular cover as well, which is quite nice. Again, dreadful fucking covers. Look at that. It's shocking. There's just no effort gone into it whatsoever. And on the inside, we have Atkins and Stacey Nelkin in a really dreadful reverse sleeve again. Again, not much thought going into these things. Could have been the actual artwork on here rather than a screen grab, I guess. And in this we have audio commentary by film historian Lee Gambin with a special appearance by Joe Dante. So Joe Dante is on the commentary for this. I haven't listened to it yet. I need to do that. I'm guessing Joe Dante is on there because he was in line to direct Halloween 3 at one point. Before Tommy Lee Wallace got the gig, they were going to ask Joe Dante to do it. Whatever reason, he turned it down. There's an Atkins commentary from 2012, which is probably what's on. Let me just show you the back of that, just in case I didn't. An Atkins commentary from 2012, along with, again, Sean's Horrors Hallowed Grounds. Fucking hell, Sean, you could have called it something easier than that. Horrors Hallowed Grounds. And I think some of the extras have been dug from this version here, the Scream Factory version, which came out in, I think it was around the same time as, is it the 30th anniversary? Yeah, 30th anniversary. So this would have been 2012 when this came out. We have audio commentary from Tommy Lee Wallace with Atkins, like I said, on the other Blu-ray. There's a making of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which is great. Really enjoyed watching that. Yeah, trailers, TV spots, still gallery. Halloween 3, 30th anniversary. Halloween 4. I just have a DVD, special edition, with a 5.1 Dolby surround track on it. Inside Halloween 4 feature, an original mono soundtrack. Did they really do an original mono soundtrack for this film? I always remember it being in ultra stereo. He's back. There we go, folks. That's the only DVD version I've got of Halloween 4, and the only kind of... I didn't buy a Blu-ray of it up until recently. Or actually I did. I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, not really multiple versions of that film as much as I love it. Halloween 5, at the same time, Michael lives, and this time they are ready. And as Frank and I always say, who's ready? Who? What are you talking about? That's the back of that. The UK version. Special features are a widescreen presentation. Gee whiz. New optical Dolby 5.1 surrounds track. Original mono soundtrack. Introduction by stars Daniel Harris and Ellie Cornell. And Inside Halloween 5, a documentary featuring rare behind-the-scenes footage, a cutscene, and interviews with Daniel Harris and Ellie Cornell. So that was the Halloween 5 version. I'll quickly go through these. Halloween 6, I had this UK version, Curse of Michael Myers, never released in the cinema, along with Halloween 5, never actually came out in the cinema over here. The scariest Halloween of them all. Nope. Special features on this are French language track, Spanish subtitles, ultra stereo, and widescreen. Why they're special features, I have no idea. Then we get to H2O. Never really spent much money on this title. This always puzzled me because you have this sticker, it says remastered edition, and this just wasn't on my version. This was on every version that came out in the UK, and it said new bonus footage. I can tell you now, there is nothing new. There's no bonus footage and nothing new in this whatsoever. You get a Unmasking the Horror making of featurette, a music video, and a trivia game. But nothing. No new bonus footage. It's a lie. I don't know why they said that. I fell for it, obviously. You do, however, get this Halloween 20 years later booklet, which is, I guess, okay. Nothing fancy. Just some cast bios and then adverts telling you what's coming soon. And I actually think, if you look there, I think they spelt the director's name wrong. Steve Minor. Pretty sure it's Minor, isn't it? And then finally, I don't know why. I think I might have picked this up free. It was lying around at work or something. I don't know. Terrifying. Halloween Resurrection. All the lies written on the front of this. One hell of a fun movie. Special features. Commentary with Rick Rosenthal. Deleted and alternate scenes. Webcam special with director commentary. Tour of the set with production designer. Troy Hansen on the set with Jamie Lee Curtis. Headcam featurette. Headcam featurette? Jesus. And what else have we got there? Storyboard comparisons and Spanish subtitles. Who cares? As well as those, I have purchased over the years this. Oh, I've kept the slip on this as well, which is the box set. The extended box set, the Blu-ray one that came out, I guess this would have come out in, 2012, 2013, something like that. I think it's at its 10-year anniversary. But yeah, that's a great little box set that I have. Really enjoyed digging into this. And I still don't think I've been through everything on it. I really don't, but perhaps one day I will. Along with those, I have a few different versions of the Rob Zombie films. I've got the Halloween unrated director's cut, a 2-disc version. Unrated director's cut, and disc 2 has a lot of special features with an alternate ending, deleted scenes, with optional director's commentary, bloopers, the many masks of Michael Myers, reimagining Halloween, yada, yada, yada. I don't know why I bought that and then bought this. I mean, the best thing about this one is the 4-hour documentary. I think I bought this first, and then for some reason I've ended up with the other one. But this is a really cool version. It has the director's cut. It doesn't have the theatrical cut though, which is a pain. Even this one doesn't have the theatrical cut. But this does have that 4-hour documentary, which is... I remember watching that on a flight to New York. And by the time the documentary had finished, I was almost in New York. It was that long. Some nice artwork there. And then Halloween 2... Again, I'm not fans of these, but I ended up acquiring the Halloween 2 UK DVD, which has deleted and alternate scenes, blooper reel, Uncle Seymour Collins, stand-up routines, Captain Clegg, and Night Creatures music videos. So that's the theatrical cut. And then I ended up with I did buy this, I remember buying this, the unrated director's cut of the movie. And on that, we have deleted and alternative scenes, audition footage, makeup test footage, blooper reel, some of the same stuff that's on this version here. Nothing too fancy. On top of that, over the last year, I've been slowly collecting the 4Ks. And these have some great artwork on them. They do have reversible covers as well, so you can put the original artwork on. I haven't actually done it on that one yet. But that's the 4K for the original Halloween. All the special features there. There's not one all-encompassing 4K or Blu-ray that has every special feature that's been done over the years, I don't think. They come close, but that's why I don't want to get rid of any of them, because you might be missing some of those little gems, some of those little extras that really float your boat. Again, same with Halloween 2. New 4K scan. I haven't actually looked at this one yet. I need to stick this in. I haven't actually looked at it yet. But lots of fancy extras on there. A Dolby Atmos mix too. I have a Dolby Atmos setup, a Dolby Vision setup. So it'd be good to get my teeth into that soon. I have watched Halloween 3. Which is there as a 4K collector's edition. Here we go. Got the original artwork with that one. Halloween 4. Again, I haven't unlocked this one yet. Those are the extras. Do love Halloween 4. Great film. Halloween 5. Not sure how I feel about the artwork on these. It's okay, but at least you have the option with these versions to be able to stick in the original artwork if you want. I haven't got around to doing that yet, but I will do. I just wanted to buy these before they disappeared, because they will do. So it went up to Halloween 5, and then 6, 7, and 8 were in these, and you see the shrink wraps on this. That'll probably never come off, in all honesty. But I wanted to have it just to be sure that I've got all of them in 4K. Why they brought it out in a box set, I've no idea. The last 3, bizarre. And then the recent films, of course. The UK Halloween 2018 includes 30 minutes of bonus features in HDR. Halloween Kills with an alternate ending, which I'm sure all of you have seen. But that's how it looks in the UK. Probably the same as what you have in the US and Australia and New Zealand and all those other English-speaking territories. Halloween Ends with deleted and extended scenes. I don't mind Halloween Ends. I'm not a hater. I'm not a great lover either, but it's okay. It's the weakest of the 3, but I don't hate it. And then finally, and I'm not quite sure why I bought this, but again, a nice thing to have. The same movies in steelbook form in this kind of tin. Loaded with bonus features. probably the same features that are on the individual discs there. In fact, they probably are those same discs. They've just packaged them differently. And I think this was out in the US as well. I don't think there's anything new here with this. Got a bit of cat hair stuck on it there. Yeah. So that's it, folks. That is my Halloween collection. The only thing I'm missing is some of the Rob Zombie movies in 4K, which I don't believe they've done yet. So it'll be interesting to see if they come out anytime soon. I'll certainly snag them. Not a massive fan of them, but it would complete the 4K collection. So it'd be good to have that. But yeah, if you've got any different versions, tell us about them down in the comments below. If you've got any questions about the versions that I have, certainly put them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to answer them. That's it for now, folks. I shall be back soon, probably with Frank. So see you later. Bye-bye.